today I'm here with a special application which is known as Canva. I hope you all are familiar with this particular application. Canva and myself, we came into relationship since 2016-17, and it's been like wonderful seeing the changes which Canva has adopted in the meanwhile all these years. So today, quickly, we'll be looking through the specialities of Canva and also certain guidelines for designing in Canva. And we will also have a quick bit about the different AI-supported applications inside Canva. All right, moving on to the second slide in my presentation. It's about Canva. Canva is actually a free graphic designing platform which is available online, and it was launched in 2013. And its motto is to empower everyone in the world to design anything and publish anywhere. Literally speaking, Canva is set in such a way that any human being who is capable of using a laptop or even a mobile phone can operate, design wonderful things using this particular software. And you can also publish it anywhere and everywhere which you want to. You have different number of templates based on your needs. Suppose if you want to have a presentation, you have a 16:9 presentation there. You can have enough a number of templates from which you can develop your own, and you can go for a presentation. The one which I'm presenting in before you is also something which is created on Canva. If you want to have a social media post, say like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube thumbnails, anything and everything, or even more personalized, an invitation card or a visiting card, if you would like to develop, Canva is one pit stop where you can look into. But still, I'm talking about the free version. You can also have a paid version of Canva, which gives you umpteen number of possibilities. It helps in developing your own aesthetics and also gives you certain number of templates in a pro version, which cannot be obtained by a free designing platform. Moving to the guidelines for designing. Now, creativity has no limit at all. Anywhere and everywhere, you can see creativity. And there is no one called a judge for creativity, because you cannot judge a creative design prepared by one person or the other. It is up to him or her to decide on the design pattern for that particular thing. So designing doesn't has a set of guidelines which you should follow, but instead there are certain tips which you can keep in mind while you are designing something. Moving on to the certain set of things which you can look into, or you should, or you may look into while you are designing certain things in Canva or even in any other software it might be. First and foremost thing which I would like to inform you is about the contrast. Now, what do you mean by contrast? As you can see on the screen, there are different colors which have been used, isn't it? But you can easily find out what is to be read, which is legible. Why? Because the selection of colors is used in such a way that it is in contrast with background and foreground. Here, I've taken a dark background, suppose a black or dark gray background, for which I used a lighter color for the fonts, for the things which are being mentioned there, especially the heading and also the point which has been written there. Now, that is what you have to look into. When you're designing something, always keep an eye on the color contrast. Never use same color combinations, suppose lighter shades for both background and foreground, but instead choose it vice versa. Either you can choose a dark background for a whiter or lighter color font, or you can choose the opposite. That is about the contrast. Next thing which comes to me mind is the balance. Now, balance is where you place the things on the design. You shouldn't keep a thing like apart from the designing side. Sometimes there are people who keep things on either left or right or center, anywhere it might be. But wherever you keep the object, make sure that it keeps a symmetrical balance. Just like as you can see on the screen, I've put a square, bigger square here, and also a small black square here. Why? Because even though the square here with the pink color is a bit bigger, it symmetrically balances with a small square using the black color. So always keep this thing in your mind. Moving to the next one, emphasis. Emphasis is where how well you design using bigger fonts or maybe bigger images or smaller images. You might like think about, or you can think about such an instance where you go for an eye checkup. When you go for an eye checkup, you can have a screen board where you can read from the bigger to the smaller digits or letters. So it is how the emphasis is working. When you have bigger fonts or bigger items on the screen, on the design, always people would look onto that particular thing. And when it comes smaller and smaller, it becomes lesser important. But there is no set of rule that you should only use bigger fonts for headings and nothing like that. It depends on the designer, or it depends on the advertising agency who decides what is to be meant to the audience. Suppose if you are designing a content for optical shop, you can use smaller letters and put it like this. If you can't read this letter, which means you need a specs. Simple. So emphasis is where you can use bigger and smaller items or objects on your design to give importance to certain things. Next thing is about the alignment. Again, keep in mind, things can be either aligned to left, center, or right, or even justified. Wherever you keep the object, keep an alignment with the text box or the sample boxes which have been kept there. And try to work with such a mindset that you are not breaking the rules of margins. Everything should be kept inside a margin. Because unless you keep all these things inside a margin, when it goes to a publication level, it goes outside. Maybe it might cut off. So always keep this thing in your mind about alignment. Here comes the next one, which is the white space. Now, white space is similar to a silence used in musical composition. Because for the music to be understood, or for the music to be emphasized, silence is necessary. In such a way, white space or negative space is very much necessary when you design something. Otherwise, so much of content onto one single design makes it illegible for a person to view and find what is important or which thing is important than the other one. So give a breathing space whenever you design something. Do not fill so much of content onto one single slide or design. Moving to the next one, it is about unity. Now, there is also an opposite section for this thing, which is known as variety. So most of the time, unity and variety are like two sides of the same coin. You can always keep unity for your design. That's also fine. Like I have kept a unity throughout my slides. Everywhere I have used the same design. And at the same time, you can also use variety. I have also used variety. How? I've I've kept on changing colors throughout my slides. So you can also have unity in your design. At the same time, you can have variety. That is the next point. And another important point is about the typography, which means the fonts which you are choosing. Selection of fonts can be of your taste and preference, but moreover, I should suggest that selection of fonts should be something which matches your content. You it's not very good or familiar to use a comical font or a funky font when you go for a very important content, but instead you go for like fonts like Times New Roman or Arial, which gives you a bit more professional touch. At the same time, when you're going for a casual item, you might not go for a very professional font, but instead something like Comic Sans or something like that, which gives a bit casual effect on it. So these are the few guidelines or tips which I would like to suggest when you're using Canva, and also regarding the design part of Canva. We'll be moving on to my Canva page. I hope it's coming up, where I'll be showing you how AI is helping, or what are the different applications which helps us in designing a content. I'm going for a presentation, for example. I come up, this is a blank presentation. As you can see, this is the place where you can keep on searching different kinds of template. On the left side, you can see as many of us things have been supported by Canva. Kindly look into something known as this Pro, which means if you have this particular icon there, which means it is a Pro version. If you use that particular slide, you might have to pay. Otherwise, they might have certain watermarks when you download the same. But at the same time, it's a free presentation. So I'll go for a free presentation for the time being. When I have selected the presentation, I have many of the slides which are coming in. I can look through it and I can add just one, or I can add all the 15 pages. For the time being, I'm selecting just one slide. It's already been up here. Now, it's as simple as that you can go for editing this particular template. You can change the colors. Click here, move to the color panel, choose from any color you would like to change to, and it's done. Moving to the elements part, where you can go on search for your content which you would like to add into, and also certain new thing which is coming up, which is an AI image generator. So I'm going to click here to add my own image. I mean, I need a new image which is being generated by AI. So I need a person with a laptop and maybe laptop and presentation, doing a business. Okay, I'll just reach a person with a laptop doing, this would be fine, doing a business presentation. Let me see what is being generated. It's actually supported by DAL-E, which is a part of OpenAI. I know you are familiar with ChatGPT. So this is part of OpenAI. It takes time, a few minutes, few seconds actually, depending upon, see, images are coming up. I can go for photographs or vector images, anything of that sort. So I would like this particular image to be added here. I click here, the image has been done here. Instead of the plain white or gray background, I need this particular image to be the background. The image has been set. But since the head has been cut off, I would like to reset the page to like this. I need the person's head coming up. Right. So this is one thing. At the same time, there are also videos which can be generated using same thing can be done. Let me see whether a video can be generated. It is again powered by a software known as Runway. It takes time since it's a video. Meanwhile, let me go through the menu on the left side, the elements menu. As you can see on the left side, elements menu is where you can go for the design elements which you would like to, like shapes or lines or like all those design things can be received from here, elements. In this particular menu known as text, you can go for the fonts and font selection and font colors and such things. Brand is one part where you can develop your own brand, like uploading your own font colors, your own font, or you can even go for a logo. Uploads is a portion where you upload your images. You can upload it from your mobile phone or your Google Drive or your Dropbox or anything. Draw is one portion where you can develop your own drawing. If you're good at drawing things, you can like use that particular portion there. And projects is the place where all your projects are being saved. And we'll be moving to applications, but I'm not clicking on this particular button right now because I don't want to go back and come back again here. Photos is a section where you can search for photos alone. You can also have stock images, which has been given by Canva, and also you can search for images. Also, you can go for uploads too. Backgrounds is a place where it is specifically mentioned for using backgrounds, or Canva can give you many number of backgrounds, and you can also develop your own. Bulk create is a place where you can create umpty number of, like if you give in a few details like name and what all things to be printed on. Suppose if you are developing a certificate, for example, all you have to give us the names and the details, one particular design, and the whole thing is being generated for many number of people. We'll be moving to Magic and Logo Maker and Enhancer. These are the AI supported applications. Let me see, the video is coming up. Good. The video is up here. I'm putting the video here. You can have a look at the video. See how well artificial intelligence is working. It's only like 3 to 4 seconds video, but still you don't have to hire a person to shoot a video. You don't have to be a good photographer or a videographer to get a good photo or image. So this is how artificial intelligence is working, which is known as the Magic Media. That is one portion. Moving to other applications, I'm moving to the next applications which are available on Canva. Here you can have a frame maker. Actually, Canva provides us with certain frames like circles or squares or heart or different number of frames are being given. But at the same time, you can also use a frame maker where you can design your own frame. Suppose if you need, these are the what you can see on the screen is like the basic thing. But at the same time, if I want it to be used somewhere else, see, I can change it somewhere and make the changes. Got it? So these are the shapes automatically designed for me. If I want to change the shape from one place to another, like this, it's possible. So according to my need, I can use this thing. That is the frame maker. The next one is lip sync videos, which you can, I don't have a video right now to upload and show you that thing, where you can add video and give your lip sync, which means if you give a voiceover, it can automatically sync onto it. This is where this Q image is where you can add an image to Canva and change it to different angles if you would like to. For example, I choose an image from my system. Like this is an image. I click it open. Since it's too large, like let me see whether I can have a small image. Okay, suppose this is the one. See, this is the image. So I can adjust it as I would like it to be used. See, and add it to the design. When I click add it to the design, it's being used here. According to my wish, I can change the image size. Next one is about subtitles, AI generated subtitles. Given we can record a video, upload it, and the subtitles can be used onto it. This is a bit of like comic things. At the same time, you can also use a black and white image to use a color onto it. Let me see whether I don't have a black and white image right now. See, this is how it works. A black and white image can be used and it can change automatically into different colors. Another thing is like background remover, which I would like, okay, I'll work on this particular image itself. Let's see, okay. If I want to remove the background of this particular image, I can quickly remove it from this edit photo option. When I click on the background remover, it automatically removes the whole background of the image. It takes a few seconds, depending upon your internet facility. Okay, it's taking, yeah. See, the background has been removed. Earlier, I might have to use softwares like Adobe Photoshop to edit and remove the background of this particular thing. What if I want to erase certain things from this particular thing? I don't need this thing to be used here, so I'm removing it from here. Let me see how well it works. All right. I'm removing that particular thing. It can automatically fill in with certain other things. See, it goes. It doesn't work fine with like a person without enough knowledge on Adobe Photoshop or something like that. It's not possible, but with Canva, it's possible. And there are also so many other things which can be used, like image upscaler. Image upscaler is a place where you can upload a low quality image and it enhances the image to a better life. So this is how Canva works with like free and coming up with my presentation. Okay, this is how Canva works with free and paid versions. With this, we come to end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Subin, for a wonderful presentation. I think it is because of Canva that almost all of us have become designers.
Yeah.
And